Hello yogis, and welcome back to Yoga by Paige. Today we're going to have a really active and moving flow so that you can get your heart rate up and tap in right away to your shoulders and to your hips so that you are ready for anything that your day may throw your way. So if you are ready to get started, let's start in downward facing dog. We'll plant the hands underneath the shoulders, tuck those toes, lift the hips up nice and high. Big deep breath here in that downward facing dog to connect. Inhale. Maybe you open mouth, exhale, let it go. Two more, just like that. Inhale. Setting the tone for your practice and exhale. One more breath, getting clear on your purpose. And let it go. On your next inhale, you'll float the right leg up nice and high, three-leg dog. Exhaling, step that foot all the way through between your hands, stacking knee over ankle. You'll squeeze the legs together, rise up all the way into a really nice, strong crescent lunge, pressing off the back of your foot, back foot. Pull the rib cage in, lengthen out through your core, and then hug everything into this imaginary midline of the body. Take a big breath in your crescent lunge, and on your exhale, we'll airplane the arms behind us for 45 degrees. Turn the pinkies down, roll the shoulders toward each other, and then squeeze those elbows to broaden through the front side of your body. This will really feel great if you spend a lot of time at your computer or driving to open up the chest and counteract some of our less than ideal postures. Take one more breath. Inhale, float the arms back up high to crescent lunge, and now we'll flow. Exhale, airplane behind. Inhale, arms to the sky, and exhale behind. Last one, inhale, reach it up. This time on your exhale, draw hands through heart center, and you're going to twist to your right, hooking your left elbow on that right thigh. Press your right hand into the left, draw your hip back, and maybe you look over that right shoulder towards the back edge of your mat. If you would like, you can make a fist with your bottom hand and then wrap your right fingertips around. I like that because it helps me deepen the twist a little bit more. Take one more big breath, seeing if you can scoop that navel up towards the spine, eking out just a tiny little bit more in your twist, letting the hips hang really nice and heavy. On your next breath, press to that right heel, reach the hands up to the sky, big inhalation. Exhale to plant your hands down on the ground. Yogi's choice for your vinyasa, you can step it back, you can take a three-leg plank, anywhere you want. Exhale, elbows to the side body. Chaturanga here as you lower down, up dog on your inhale, and exhaling back, downward facing dog. Take an inhale to reset. Maybe open mouth, let it go, maybe not. Float your left leg high for three-leg dog, stretching it out nice and long. Exhale to step that foot between your hands, knee over ankle. You'll squeeze those thighs in together, reach the arms up nice and high, finding that really strong crescent lunge. Again, pitching up onto the ball of that back foot, making sure your back leg is really nice and strong. Knit the rib cage in, finding length through the lower back. Take an inhale as you lift, and then exhale, airplane the arms behind you, turning the palms down, squeezing those pinkies together, feeling a little bit of activation through the shoulder blades. Your ribs are pulling in, and the crown of your head is reaching out. The neck is an extension of your spine. We'll take one more breath here, feeling this connection and activation, pressing off of your entire left foot. Now you'll inhale, reach the arms to the sky. Exhale, airplane behind you. Inhale, reach it up. And exhale, behind. One more round. Inhale, lift it up. And exhale, behind. This time as you lift it up, find that big, nice length. Exhaling, hands to heart center. You'll pull your left shoulder back. Draw that left shoulder back, 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 back. And now hook your right elbow on the left thigh. If you went for the fist on the bottom arm last time, go ahead and make a fist with your right hand. Press the left arm into your right. And see if you can actually start to work your hands toward that sternum or heart center. Feeling length on your right leg and a little bit of opening and stretch through the back of that left leg. You're trying to scoop that belly up and in away from your thigh so you are lengthening in the spine. We'll take one more big breath. And then pushing off of that front leg, inhale, reach the arms high to the sky, full crescent lunge, arrive. Exhale, plant your hands. Choose the same vinyasa you did on the first side. I went for three-leg plank. Inhale, shifting it forward. Exhale, find that chaturanga. Set the feet down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhaling it back. Downward facing dog. We'll take 3 breaths each time we land in down dog to reset. You can stay in downward facing dog. You can float the knees down, finding child's pose, or you can float the elbows down, giving the wrists a little bit of a break. We'll take one more big breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale to float your right leg high, 3-leg dog. Exhaling, step that foot between your hands, knee over ankle. You'll squeeze everything into the midline, and this time spin the left toes all the way open, coming up into warrior 2 on your right side. So that right knee is bent pretty vigorously towards the front of your mat. You're lifting up that inner left arch so that you're spreading your legs wide in opposite directions. Roll the shoulders out of the ears. In fact, sometimes it's nice to turn the palms up to check in, and then turn the palms right back down. Gaze is piercing over those front fingertips. We'll take one big breath. And then we'll flow through reverse and extended side angle without any support. So drop that left hand in front of you, reach your right arm high, unsupported reverse warrior, and then switch your arms. Exhale, extended side angle, unsupported. 2 more times. Inhale, reverse. And exhale, extend. Inhale, reverse. And exhale, extend. This time on your inhale, reverse, straighten your front leg, drop your arm down. Then exhaling, windmill your hands down on either side of this front foot. Plant your hands down, and then don't be too heavy on this front leg. We're gonna push the ground away with our hands. Scoop this right knee to our chest. Pivot open to the left side of your pinky foot, the pinky side of your left foot, opening up for a wild thing. So the left leg is really strong and straight. Your chest is lifting up nice and high. You have a bit of a heart opener. Take a big breath to smooth out. And then on your exhale, with control, we'll lower back down into a 3-leg plank or regular plank. Inhale, shift forward to your toes. Exhaling, chaturanga. Set the foot down. Inhale, pull your chest up and through. Exhaling up back, downward facing dog. Nice big breath here, settling into that down dog between sides, smoothing it out. And now you'll inhale, float your left leg high, 3-leg dog. Exhaling, step that foot between your hands. Knees stacked over the ankle. We'll spin the right toes all the way up and open for that warrior 2. Stacking shoulders over your hips, reaching the arms out really nice and wide. Take a big breath in your warrior 2. If you did last time, maybe relax the shoulders by turning the palms up and then dropping them right back down. And now we'll take those reverse warriors and extended side angles without support. Right hand comes in front, left arm goes up and over, reverse warrior, and then switch it out. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, extend. One more time here. Inhale, reverse. Feeling that opening all the way through the torso, in the shoulders. Exhale, extend. Now, as you inhale, reverse, drop your right hand, lift the left arm high, straighten out that left leg. Exhaling, windmill your hands all the way back down for that low lunge. Setting yourself up now, you know where we're going for that wild thing. You're gonna push your hands into the ground, hug that left knee into your chest, pivot to the pinky edge side of your right foot, and then open everything up. Set that left foot behind you, lift up the left arm, elevating the chest and your hips. Big breath and big expansion. And when you're ready, exhaling back down to 3-leg plank, nice and controlled. Shift forward to your toes, exhaling chaturanga. Set the foot down if you're in 3-leg plank. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Big breath here, inhale. And exhale, feeling that warmth in the body, that activation through the hips and the shoulders. Your last breath. And exhale. Now we're gonna do a little bit more work with this wild thing. So float your right leg high, 3-leg dog. Exhaling, step your foot between your hands for that low lunge. Take a moment in your low lunge here so that you can kind of steady or think about activating what you might activate for a side plank. So maybe that's pushing the ground away a little bit more. Maybe that's pulling the navel in. And then now we're actually going to think about going into that side plank for your second side. So hug your right knee to your chest. Pivot open onto the ball of that left foot. Make sure your left arm is pushing the ground away. You're engaging the serratus anterior. Your hips are elevated. And now maybe you float your right leg. Maybe you keep your right leg in front to support. Maybe you get a little excited and do some core work in your side plank. Reach your right arm forward, right leg back. Exhale, squeeze it in. 2 more. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, squeeze. If you don't want the core work, just hold your side plank. Inhale out and exhale, squeeze. Inhale out, and now one more time, open back up to that wild thing. Big stretch through the center. Inhale, lifting it up high. And then exhaling, closing it down with control. High plank or 3-leg plank. Shift forward to the toes, chaturanga on your exhale. Set the foot down, inhale, upward facing dog. Exhaling back, downward facing dog. Now you should feel pretty warm, yogis. Take that one breath to reset. We get to start all over, fresh side, fresh perspective. Left leg floats high, 3-leg dog, inhale. Exhaling, step it through between your hands. Pause here and squeeze in. I like to pause here and squeeze in because it helps you to activate the body in a different kind of way. So now you know where we're going. We're going into that side plank. So push your hands into the ground. Squeeze that left knee into your chest. Feel that this right side is already active. Rotate to the right edge of that right foot. And then find your variation of side plank. Noticing that right underneath here, through the oblique and the hip, you're super active. Maybe you want that supported version. Maybe you want something a little extra, I don't know. And then if you took those side plank crunches with me, go ahead and reach that left arm forward, left leg out. Exhale, connect. Whoa, maybe you bobble. Exhale, connect, that's okay. Lift it out. Exhale, connect. Here we go. Inhale, reach it up. And then exhale, connect. Now reach it out, find that connection. Open up the chest, open up your hips, lift all the way up for your wild thing. Beautiful, take a big inhale here, stretching it out with control. Exhale into your high plank, 3-leg plank. Shift forward to your toes, exhaling chaturanga. Pull your chest up and through, upward facing dog. And exhale it back, downward facing dog. We made it here. Take your 3 breaths to reset in that down dog, dolphin, or child's pose. Good, yogis. Let's cool it down. We got a nice big burst of heart rate here. And now we're going to use all of that warmth to stretch out. Float your right leg high. Exhale, set up for pigeon prep on your right side. The knee will come outside of your right ankle. You'll walk the left toes back a little bit further, untucking your toes, and then walk yourself upright. And then squeeze your legs in here through the center so that you feel that hugging in and that support. It also will help you with the alignment through the hips. Inhale, reach the arms up super nice and high. On your exhale, drop down to the forearms. What I like to do here in the forearms is point the left hip, the knee that's not bent, point it straight down. And then think about your right sit bone or that butt bone back there. Point it straight back. Press through the elbows and pull your chest up and through. Think about your chest coming through the biceps and notice what that might translate or what that might do for this outer right hip. This feels pretty intense and you have a block handy. You might want to use a block and kind of insert it in there so you're not just hanging. You can give yourself some support. I'm going to take the block away for now. If you want to lower down into something deeper, you're more than welcome to, walking the hands out, letting the forehead melt down. And just start to notice as you relax here, if you lean off to the right side at all, and see if you can stay even. Both legs are balanced. Sometimes the body wants to take the path of least resistance, which can mean we cheat a little bit in our poses. It happens to the best of us. One more big breath. And then on your inhale, go ahead and walk yourself upright. We're going to sit on this right hip. And then we're going to wrap this left leg up and over for a seated twist. So likely when you did that, your left hip is now picking up a little bit. What you're going to want to do is just sneak that left hip down so it's snuggled right inside that right heel. The left leg is flat on the mat. You'll inhale, peel the arms up really nice and tall. And then wrap your left shoulder back as you start to reach the left fingertips to the ground as well. You can have the option of hugging your right arm around this knee that's pointing up higher.
Or if you want to take a little bit deeper of a twist, you can hook this right elbow and press the right elbow into that knee, growing tall through the spine, and then gazing over your left shoulder. The difference there is one is a little bit more restorative and sweeter on the body, and the one is a little bit more active. There's more work happening. Equally delicious. Take one more big breath. On your exhale, we'll unwind all the way over to the right. Take your forehead down to tap it to the mat, counter stretch. Inhale, coming right back up. Now you should be facing the front edge of your mat. We're gonna roll over those thighs, and you can totally step back, but what's the fun in that? I'm gonna hop back. An optional vinyasa if you wanna take another chaturanga here before we close out. Inhale for your up dog. Exhaling back for your down dog. Taking a nice big inhalation here. And exhalation. Second side, float the left leg high, 3-leg dog. Exhaling out for your half pigeon on the second side. Right foot travels backwards. And you're pressing your shins into the ground so you can squeeze everything in, reach the arms up nice and high. Feel this balancing sensation through your hips. Now with control, slowly land on those elbows, coming down to the forearms, and then the front of that right hip is pointing down, and the left tailbone is pointing back. Pressing through the elbows, pull the chest up and through. Big, big inhale. And then melting out into your variation, whatever that might look like today. Remember, there's no 2 days that are the same. Our body reacts to our activities in very different ways. So each time we come into these familiar postures, they might feel very different. So honor what is going on in that moment, in that day, and choose wisely. One more breath. On your next inhale, we'll walk ourselves up to this left thigh. Go ahead and sit over and then swing that right leg up and over, just as we did before. So now the right hip will likely be lifted. Go ahead and tuck that right hip down and feel that right foot connect with the mat as well. Once you're settled in there through your hips, reach the arms up nice and high. Draw your right shoulder back, 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 back. Put the right hand down and then either hug that knee, that'll be a little bit more restorative, or hook your elbow and really use that to grow tall through your spine, allowing the gaze to trace over behind you. So what I like to think about here is that ability to actually pull the navel into the diaphragm so that I'm actually engaging through the core to encourage a deeper twist. And then the trick is to breathe. When we twist, we automatically start to cut off the space where our breath can go. So our work is